We are just over 3 weeks away from Ohio's August special election, and we are now in week 2 of early voting.
Tomorrow, Secretary of State Frank LaRose will visit our NBC4 studios here. We'll get answers about the early voting and the battle over the single issue on the ballot.
Of course, that is issue 1, aimed at making it harder to amend the state's constitution. It's brought forward a lot of debate and a lot of campaigning too.
Yeah, both sides taking different approaches in order to reach voters, and both sides are ramping up their campaigns right now. NBC4 State House reporter Natalie Fahmy joins us live to tell us how each side's approach differs and what might be most effective here. Natalie.
Jared, Jennifer, both sides are ramping up their campaigns and continuing to put out their messaging. But with the issue dividing the Republican Party, the opposing side says they have the advantage. 2 different approaches to issue 1.
Television is vital in any campaign, particularly a statewide campaign.
The less important thing is persuasion, and TV is a persuasive mechanism. And the more important thing is turnout.
The opposing side of the campaign has spent what is likely millions of dollars saturating Ohio airwaves with advertisements urging Ohioans to vote no.
An ad has to be seen 7 times by a voter to be burned in. And that's why repetition is so important.
It certainly has a small impact, and perhaps in a low turnout race, the no side thinks that spending a boatload on TV is going to make enough of a difference to win the day.
But some voters say advertisements are not. They are doing their own work.
I have seen a few campaign ads on either side. I kind of researched the amendment myself for what they're talking about.
While the yes side of the campaign does have advertisements airing, they are focusing on their grassroots approach.
I think it's just reminding people how important this is and then sticking with them, and turnout really.
If you have to see an ad 7 times for it to be burned in, some guy showing up at some event and talking about it once is not going to burn it in.
While the effectiveness of campaigns remains to be seen, the Republican caucus in Ohio is split on issue 1, with some opposing it and Democrats standing firmly against it.
I respect Republicans who are against this, but I think overwhelmingly the Republican bloc is for it, and I think that will prove out on Election Day.
This is not a strictly Democrat versus Republican issue. This is a bipartisan opposition to issue 1.
Early voter turnout has been higher than expected. Both strategists say that typically fares well for the Democratic Party, but Republicans could play catch up on Election Day. Local for you at the State House, I'm Natalie Fahmy, NBC4.